A day late and $1 short luckily doesn't apply to snapshots, and today's snapshot will properly fit the short form segment format because it's relatively small. The snapshot is still not compatible with older worlds, so you'll have to create a new world. World saving can sometimes take a very long time, so if your game seems to stop moving for a bit, this is why. Hey, have you ever been running down a hallway or whatever, and you slightly brush along the wall, and then suddenly you're not running anymore? Yeah, that's not a thing anymore. You see, previously, any collision with a block would reduce sprinting to walking. Now, for very minor angles of collision with a block, players retain their sprint. For larger angles of collision, however, you'll still be slowed to a walk. You'll also find the following fixes for ore distribution. First, copper ore generates up to Y95, as originally designed. Second, you'll find a greater amount of copper in general than before. And third, lapis lazuli generates in blobs, just like the real ores. There's also a pretty neat addition to the settings menu and the way the game renders things. The setting is called simulation distance, and simply refers to how far out from you things will be animated. So if you set your simulation distance to like 2 chunks, anything and everything more than 2 chunks away from you will still exist, but cease movement and all that other good stuff. This allows a greater distance with less CPU load, with the devs assuring us they'll continue working on it with the goal of simulation distance also affecting block and fluid ticking. Additionally, the maximum amount of background threads has been increased. But what does that mean? Well, the various background tasks, including world gen, are executed on a background thread pool. Its size equals the amount of available CPU threads minus 1. But there was an upper limit of 7. And now this upper limit is 255. This should help higher end machines with world gen performance. I just also want to point out that 255 is also the numerical value of the highest value in 8-bit code. It's why the original Legend of Zelda on the 8-bit NES, rupees maxed out at 255. Okay, back to Minecraft. That upper limit can be overridden by the MaxBG Threads Java system property. For example, when running multiple servers on a single machine. I honestly have no idea what all that means, but it sounds really cool. Finally, I'll tell you a little bit about telemetry, or diagnostic tracking. Yeah, I said that clearly. Diagnostic tracking. It's been in the OG Minecraft Java edition up until like 2018, but Mojang is bringing it back to better understand their players and to improve our experience. Allegedly. More specifically, this will help to identify technical pain points in the game, like how less powerful hardware performs in high complexity terrain. This information will also help them prioritize various aspects of development, balance the game features, and lend players a helping hand. All this data is treated according to GDPR and CCPA best practices and is used to develop a better performing and generally more enjoyable OG Minecraft. I just want to note, the only implemented event is world load. This means that when you start a single player world or connect to a multiplayer server, Minecraft will send to Mojang the following information: your launcher you used, your XUID, client and world session IDs, the game version, your computer's operating system name and version, your Java version, if your client or server is modded or not, the server type, i.e. it being single player realms, etc., and lastly, the game mode being played in. Now, this is just a block game for babies, and I'll never not appreciate Mojang for never making me pay for all the updates they keep throwing out for the same one game I only paid for once. I love this company, and I love this game. I am A-okay with this information being sent, and I'm even more okay accepting that this is, in fact, the only information being sent. Aside from a handful of few bug fixes, like big ol' spruce trees now generating groves and strongholds being added back into the game, the rest of them can all be found in the full page, link in the description. That is all the new additions that can be found in this 21W38A Minecraft 1.18 snapshot. I really hope you've enjoyed your time here today, and I thank you ever so much for checking out this Minecraft News Network short form segment. Thank you so much for watching.